it's a mental game. You know, a lot of what we teach in Ignite and what we work on, we do like a parallel processing. So while we build your business and we give you all the fundamentals from like scratch to just like walk you through the process, we also are really looking at all of the different mindset and wounding and trauma things that come up, and parallel processing all of the psychology, all of the stuff that goes like that when you start to challenge yourself and step into stuff that's unfamiliar and scary and seems really big and vulnerable. And like what we've learned is that the biggest, hardest thing to do is that part of it. It's not actually the business building stuff. It's like you can make a post, like you can do a reel,
right?
You can close a sale, you can get great clients. Like that is actually formulaic and pretty easy. But to show up and be able to do that, it's everything else that's inside that's happening that's keeping you there. The inner critic, the paralysis, the perfectionism, the like comparison trap that you're talking about. And that's what will bring you down in your first 2 years of business, which are the fundamental building years of your business. The first 2 years, 2 to 5 years, are the hardest. So get yourself in a container. If it's not Ignite, fine, cool. Like please get support, because it's everything, the mindset and all of that.
It really is. It's so true. And I think like, again, that all goes back to that, like, if you're not building that confidence, you don't have that mindset, like you don't even show up. And you don't realize it, you know, we just like shut ourselves down, we block ourselves off like from the world. And your ideal clients, especially coming in as a coach, they don't get that energy from you that they need to trust you, be excited about you, to want to sign on. And so I think sometimes people do it backwards, where they're like, I've done the post, I've said I'm coaching, but they still feel all those limiting beliefs. And it's like, yes, but that's like seeping out through everything, you know. And I think that's why that parallel process is so important.
It unlocks like so much.
Then no one's gonna like, sounds bad, but no one's gonna want to hire you anyways, you know, because they can like see that, like they have to see that you can hold the space, that you have the confidence, that you can cheer them on, everything that we all need in a coach essentially. And once you're able, like you already have that in you, so it's just you wouldn't be a healer, you know, in this space if you didn't. So once you're able to just like show up as that, it's amazing how much it flows. I mean, I'm always texting you like, LOL at the universe, because you told me this would all happen, and as it happens, I'm like, this is funny. Like how
I still think it's funny too. I've been getting more vulnerable because I've been going through some stuff, and I just like, I kind of shut down, I think, for a little bit as I was really feeling my things, and I kind of backed away, you know, for a couple of weeks. And I would say in late June and July, and you guys can probably feel me pull away as well. And you know, and then coming back and then being like, yeah, like I'm here we go. And then feeling like, you know, I'm getting vulnerable, and then the response is just overwhelmingly supportive, and it just cracks people open, and you connect. And but to do that work, to be able to like, it's not even that I feel safe doing it, because I don't think you can ever feel safe putting yourself on a stage in front of a million strangers plus and just be like, here are my wounds, you know. But at least you get comfortable with yourself in a way that's like, well, you know, like I'm cool with however this goes. And that feels really good.
Well, and I think that's so important too with like, you know, like we've talked about, like I have a relatively small following still, and it's definitely like building, but it's relatively small. So I can get very like into like numbers, ironically, because it's still small. But like if I post something and one person, I notice the number goes down, you know, this could literally be a bot. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I post that like someone hated, you know? And I think learning to work through that, and I've definitely gotten way better at it, but I used to like post and then like check constantly. And like, if something wasn't performing well, that voice in my head would be like, not good enough, you know, or whatever that voice is. And I think it's like learning the skill, and again, doing the mindset work to be like, my ideal clients are out there. My ideal clients will be attracted to this. If someone's not attracted to this, like I can release that and let that go, and just like go with the flow of it instead of, I don't even know what to call it, but like getting so wrapped into the vanity metrics and all that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's something to remember, you guys. Like, it's Allie has under 1,000 followers, and she just had an insane 5-figure launch. Like,
yeah.
You guys, like, you don't have to have even 1,000 followers to make a lot of money and serve clients and create a community and do these things. Like, you could have 50 people. You don't need 50 clients. You know what I mean? Like, you're
not 50 clients. Like, you don't want that many. So
yeah, exactly. No, this is really, I love that we're talking about this because I just want to like kind of shed some light on the fact that like this is all work to put this stuff together. You know, like when you're trying to build a community, when you're showing up for your business and you're trying to get things off the ground, it can feel really confusing. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, all these things happening. And that's normal. And like, we want to normalize that it's hard to do this. And if anybody you work with or anybody you're looking at is like, I'm gonna build your business so easy, build it so easy, overnight, 6 figures in 6 days. That fucking bullshit that people sell is not gonna work. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna feel forced and you're gonna feel weird about it. Like, that's not a healthy way of approaching any of this stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing more vulnerable, in my opinion, than starting a business, especially the kind of start. Absolutely nothing more vulnerable. And so, you know, like I always tell people too, like you have to make sure it's feeling heart aligned, like every step that you're taking. And that doesn't mean that it always feels comfortable. It's still going to be out of your comfort zone. But if you have that like pit in your stomach feeling that you're like absolutely not in whatever like business advice that anyone's giving you or coaching advice, like don't do it. Like just because it's worked maybe for them, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Like you really have to be able, and that's the inner work, right? To tune in to what's going to feel right for you and your business and how you're going to run things. And that's where you get that flow.
Thanks for watching, you guys. If you enjoyed this, click here to check out the full podcast episode. Click here to check out our full library of podcast episodes. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you can be the first to know when we're posting new ones. I'll see you soon.